Greetings, my fellow servants of the God Emperor and the Omnissiah. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Here we are in the Electrodynamic Cenobium, continuing where we left off. Don't mind these three T-posing tech priests, or electro priests. They are, in fact, still dead. I don't know what they're doing here. I went and took the liberty of looting the main room in my own time. I didn't find anything of note, just, some goods that we can sell later. And then I interacted with this console here, the circular cogitator, just as the quest, the Gleam of the Final Dawn, kind of said we should do, just as Heinrich's Van Calox suggested we should do. I attempted to do this before in the previous episode, and I attempted to do this after loading up the game. I recorded a little bit, and could not interact with it. It just was bugged out. But thankfully, reloading it a second time seemed to have fixed the problem, because I was able to press that, and this door opened. So here we are. These are indeed some more Electro Priests. Hopefully these ones won't be hostile. We've got quite a few of them here. Oh, they're kneeling. Oh, they're sitting even. Okay, cool. Let's head on in there. But before we do so, if you are enjoying this series, do drop this video a like. That, helps out a ton. I'm stoked at actually how well this series was doing. I didn't think it would do that well, but it's doing pretty good for my channel, so... thanks to everybody that has been watching and commenting and, dropping those likes on these videos. I enjoy reading all the comments, and thank you to everybody just for your general support here. We're going to continue this on. I love this game, even with its occasional little bugs.
I always keep my options open.
Hi, guys. I hope you're not all hostile. We killed the heretics. Surely that's got to count for something. Let's talk to this guy, Dar Impulse 6. What a cool name. I think I'm going to name my kid Dar Impulse 6 if I ever have a child. Anyways, Dar Impulse 6. A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger. But right now he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electos, show through his oddly bluish tinted skin. The man's eye sockets are dark and empty, yet he turns his face straight towards you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice not unlike a bird's cawing.
May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful.
May the motive force persist in their batteries. I, Rogue Trader Cyrene von Valancius, declare this monastery to be under my protection. The man bows his head.
The motive force brought you here at the right time, Pilgrim. The hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium receives you, Pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force, and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery.
God, I love their titles. They're praetor electroid. What is with all this bullshit of companies, having, just copying the same title, like manager, CEO, head of operations? Why no praetor electroid? What the hell? He bows. And, yep, they do their bows as well. I see them, are they doing the sign of the skull and cog? That's another hand gesture. Because we've seen people do the sign of the Aquila, which is a cool hand gesture. You do it by basically folding like your arms over your chest, basically, and putting it so that your two thumbs, or like one hand is over the other hand with straight fingers, and your two thumbs are pointed upwards, right next to each other, to make it look like a double-headed eagle. It's very cool. Then the skull and cog is kind of like you make one hand into a fist, and you hold it up in front of your chest, and then you turn your other hand into a crescent shape, and you sort of put the fist into or halfway into the crescent. That is the sign of the skull and cog, which is their, the Mechanicus hand gestures. So now you can do 40k gang signs. There's the Chaos one, but you need more fingers for that than you naturally have. But don't worry, if you decide to worship Chaos, Chaos can sort that out for you. You'll get as many fingers as you possibly want, though not all of them will be on your hands, and most of them will probably be trying to kill you most of the time. Don't worry about it. Chaos is bad, guys. Pascal bows down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his vox, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pascal turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting a rogue trader of House von Valancius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. Thanks, Abelard.
Within these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators.
I have a few questions about this place and the people in it.
Truth is like light, and blocking its path is criminal.
The Praetor Electroid nods majestically. Who are you?
The hard-working servants and dwellers of this Cenobium, electro priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Corpus Scari, did us a great honor by entrusting into our care the sacred relic around which the hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium was built.
What precisely do you believe in?
We have devoted ourselves to the worship of that aspect of the machine god, which is known as the motive force. It is the blessed divine spark that creates impetus in the universe. The Omnissiah, in his mercy, gave the world the gift of the motive force, and we follow its impulses in order to increase it, bring it to the lay people, and protect it from unholy hands. The relic that this monastery protects provides the entire planet of Reikat Minoris with the blessed motive force, and we, unworthy though we are glad to serve the ancient machine that dwells in this place.
Tell me more of your relic.
It would be pointless to describe the miraculous fusion reactor. Only through beholding its ferocious power can one comprehend its blessed essence and fear the might of the Omnissiah. Its core was found 4,000 years ago and delivered to Reikat Minoris by the holy warrior of the faith Locke Impulse 1 during one of his campaigns. Its sacred spark has not gone out for an instant, and the walls and power units of this Cenobium have been erected around the reactor in order to protect it from ignorant lay people, as well as protect it from its formidable might.
Or as well as protect them from its formidable might. Pascal keeps his solemn silence, but the quick clicking of his mechadendrite's claw betrays his excitement at being so close to sacred archaeotech. Okay, this is sacred archaeotech we're talking about. Alright, what is archaeotech, you might ask? An incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. So, one thing you should know about the Adeptus Mechanicus, invention is heresy. Tampering with sacred machines is strictly forbidden unless it is done in a very specific way. Basically, what this means is the Imperium is in a state of technological regression because of the very religious nature of the priesthood that tends to the machines. So instead of inventing things, what they do is sift through the wreckage of humanity's ancient age, because humanity had colonized the galaxy before the advent of the Imperium. But then an event called the Darkness of Old Night, or just Old Night, happened where the warp became suddenly very violent and turbulent, which cut off all of humanity's different worlds. There's more to it than that. There's the whole issue with the Men of Iron and the Abominable Intelligence, aka the AI, which may have also contributed to the downfall of the Golden Age of technology back in the day. But basically what the Adeptus Mechanicus does now is it hunts down these pieces of ancient technology and studies them and sort of attempts to reverse engineer them in some ways. Now, one of the most important bits of ancient technology that can be found is something called an STC, a standard template construct, which is basically a blueprint. It's more than a blueprint, it's an actual machine that can create other things. But STCs are extremely valuable in explorator fleets, which are basically the Adeptus Mechanicus equivalent of rogue traders, scour the distant fringes of the galaxy or unknown, uncharted places within the galaxy to seek out archaeotech, but specifically STCs. Find of an STC is hugely important. There's like a legend of, some explorer found an STC that would allow a different formation of like carbon steel or something that basically in its application it made like the combat knives of various fighting forces of the Imperium ever so slightly lighter, and the Adeptus Mechanicus rewarded this random explorer with like an entire planet for bringing this STC to them. So this is how important even these small ones are, because, again, the Imperium does not invent new technologies. All it does is rediscover old ones. And that is a limited resource. So, yeah. Is this wise? No. Is it grimdark? Yes. Alright. You are not like other members of the Adeptus Mechanicus I have met. No, indeed. He is an electro priest, which, as I mentioned in the previous episode, are a slightly different sect of Adeptus Mechanicus. Still very much like within the Adeptus Mechanicus. There's no friction between the sects, as far as I'm aware. They all work together. Well, there might be some rivalry, but they do all work together, which is nice.
Our faith imposes a duty of obedience on us. Every electro-priest is given numerous electos that combine in a blessed Voltageist circuit, allowing feeble flesh to withstand the might of the motive force. This is why our skin glows with its light and our eyes boil and melt when we are ordained.
Ah, lovely.
The Omnissiah's tears is what we call this phenomenon, this dying away of unworthy flesh. As we shun the layperson's primitive means of looking at the world, we gain the ability to sense the motive force around us with our entire bodies.
Alright, basically sensing with electrical fields in the same way that electric eels do. Very cool. I understand everything.
I am pleased to be the conductor of truth.
Why are you calling me a pilgrim?
Only to those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of the electro-priests, but your intentions are good. If you were not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it.
What happened here, and how did you manage to survive?
When the heretics descended in droves upon this cenobium, we gave battle. But the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chamber. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lays ahead for us.
Very wise. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrich's words, as if he is upset about failing to discover the Electro-Priest's shelter, yeah. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought. Ah, good. Alright. I like your pragmatism.
The leader of the heretics fought her way into the Ark, wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted, and the world of Rykad Minoris may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter.
Praetor Electroid nods towards his entranced comrades. Okay, that's what they're doing there.
This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices. I swear it.
In the monastery, I was attacked by people who looked like electro-priests.
That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren.
Yeah, it is a shame. I wonder if you would have so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, or if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit. My enforcers and governor's guards can help you reclaim the monastery.
I cannot allow this. Lay people are forbidden from visiting the monastery, and only a select few are allowed to behold the Ark and the relic within. You and your retinue are pilgrims of a special status bestowed by the Emperor. However, should any soldier unblessed by the Omnissiah cross this monastery's threshold, I will deem them a heretic and have them put to death.
Okay.
Confirmed. The presence of lay people on monastery grounds without the Praetor Electroid's blessing will be regarded as a sacrilegious violation of the holy rite of operation.
Heinrichs opens his mouth for a second to say something, but changes his mind and quietly clears his throat instead. Okay, so he is an inquisitorial acolyte, or an interrogator even, but he does seem to defer to the judgment of others at times. I think he's cool. Cassia nods thoughtfully.
Yes, I see. House Orcelio follows the same rules when it comes to outsiders.
Well then, you have made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourselves.
Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy. Watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple, we all envied our brethren who had fallen before the sacrilege began.
Dar Impulse 6, it was you, was it not, that Logis Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance?
Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logis volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterwards.
Tell me more about Logis Abel.
We did not speak much to each other. He preferred to devote his time to solitary reflections in his chapel. The Omnissiah has given Tech Brother Abel a gift of great insight, which allows him to discern each individual facet of existence rather than the overall view. This makes his logic different from that of other people.
That is interesting. I wonder what that might correspond with in terms of, like, an actual, like, psychological, it sounds almost savant-like.
His mind has always been able to combine facts and conclusions into harmonious wholes that were nothing short of beautiful. Many among my flock found his sermons poetic.
What kinds of visions was he receiving?
The Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend.
I have rescued him from the insurgents.
The Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he has tapped into.
Then I wish to get to the holy reactor. Well, there's the door.
The Ark is hidden from Pilgrim's eyes, but considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion.
Oh, good. I must press on.
May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful.
Alright, that's all cool. But before we do that, we're going to loot everything that is not bolted down, so channeling our inner Blood Raven. We'll be taking a machine right set and some other, Mechanicus doodads, and I'm sure they won't mind. They don't need them. Alright. What do you have to say? You're swinging some incense. May the motive force persist in the batteries of the righteous. Indeed.
Do you require an audience?
No, not at the moment. Let's head into the bowels of the monastery.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay. Yeah, here we are. More generators. Hopefully we don't get fried, as he said. So there's a way to go that way, and there's a door up here.
Stop. There.
Oh, yeah. Okay, just some loot. Warning. Area under observation, unsanctioned access
Rise to the
prohibited.
top, or get left in the dust.
Well, we can't open that door. It's probably because there's a sign on it telling us that we can't, and, who would we be if we didn't adhere to what the signs told us? Alright, got ourselves a little cutscene here. Let me remove that. Oh, wow. That's big. It must be Aurora. Red robes. Oh, cool. The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is husky. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a border of ships. Ah, pirates. Void wolves are pirates, but chaos pirates specifically.
How predictable your path is. How static. All the possible deaths you have skirted only to perish here in the fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn.
Tzeentch symbol on the ground. The woman turns her mask to Pascal and gloats.
You've arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor.
Pascal's vox rasples musingly. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechadendrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust I will build order. The talented enemy, can you do the governor's voice? Silence, heretic, your crazed preachings will not touch my mind.
Do you cling to your blindness so desperately? Do you think it will protect you from the blinding radiance of the truth?
The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre, a martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain.
Time has all but run out. We can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in, a blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or a corpse.
I would take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesies. Hopefully when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of coherent speech.
What you'll be is a living torch, blazing for his glory.
Argenta's voice burns with pure hatred and trembles with impatience to make the promise come true. Cassia squints and looks away.
Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes. But where the motley masks end, nothing but a colorless void remains.
Who are you?
My name is known to you. I am Aurora, servant of Uralon the Cruel, and the spark of the final dawn that is destined to set Rykat Minoris ablaze.
That's the first time we've heard that name. Uralon the Cruel.
A great path for one who was born into the Imperium's bondage, but shunned her predestination in favor of the changes promised by the edge of daybreak.
Whose servant are you? Is Uralon a demon, or just another heretic? Resounding laughter comes from behind the mask.
Your flippancy is so abusing. Why, you have no inkling of the chasm that separates us. He is a prophet who foresaw our impending doom and who graciously bestowed upon us the right to choose a different path. He is a shard of ancient wisdom from a time before we were slaves to our bitter predestination. Rogue trader, I cannot wait to close this creature's mouth with the seal of death. Or are you saving this glorious deed for yourself?
Wait, Argenta?
The edge of daybreak, is that your unholy patron? Our teacher, our savior, our merciful God born in the immaterium, out of the woes of those laboring under a legacy of ignorance and servitude.
Your name for Tzeentch? You cannot see the woman's face behind her mask, but judging by her tone of malicious triumph, you could swear she is smiling.
And he remembers you, Cyrene von Valancius. The silly savior fantasy you have been acting out amuses the true masters of those people's fates.
So what is the final dawn? Is it all your followers ever talk about? Or it is all your followers ever talk about?
Salvation from a death whose name is yet unknown, but whose approach is sensed by many. Soon it will claim every inhabitant of the Coronus expanse. Do you think anyone will come to our aid when cataclysms shake our homes and planet-wide genocides are unleashed? Will the Emperor help? Will the idol of iron they call the Omnissiah? No. We will die alone and abandoned. Only one deity is promising salvation. The Edge of Daybreak. Mercy and salvation will come to all who believe in him and purify their souls in the light of the final dawn.
So, saved from genocide by dying in an apocalyptic nuclear fire. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you can't die of genocide if you've been exploded by nuclear blasts. There's a certain logic to it, I guess. What servitude are you talking about? What predestination?
Everyone born in the Imperium has a predestination. The soldier, the commoner, the administratum official, the technomat, the void rat, all are consigned to serving the Golden Throne and then dying a grim death for its glory. The Imperium never thinks twice about treating people as exploitable and expendable. After all, they are the most easily replenished of all resources.
I mean, she does have a point.
Even your path is predestined, rogue trader. You will inevitably perish on your quest to expand humanity's domain, and your end will be particularly grim and ghastly. The fruits of your efforts will be enjoyed by others, the eternal aristocrats who dwell on Mars, Terra, and other safe worlds. They insist that it is the natural order of things, but that is a lie. It is an order that benefits them. But why are you blinding people? Do you think they are blind? They see far more than you do. Through reflections in mirrors blessed by the energies of the Immaterium, the Edge of Daybreak reveals to them visions of true existence, and gives them glimpses of what is to come. The eyes lie. Our erstwhile masters have taught them to see only what is consistent with the lies they tell. The gift we give is that of true sight.
I think that is enough heretical talk. Your people wanted my head. Why?
Brother Twilight, they, known to you as Conrad, marked you as a target. Your foiling of his plan sealed your death warrant. It is now a predestined certainty that changes can no longer affect.
We know she's trying to blow up the reactor. We don't need to ask that. So we're gonna go, enough. I will rid God my Norris of your tyranny. The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle like that of an innocent child.
Execute them in the name of the Edge of Daybreak.
The electro priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierce them, as their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance. All the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic. You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name the heretic keeps repeating, the Edge of Daybreak, digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful and spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind.
I'll make an example out of you!
All right.
I will level you!
Oh boy, there's more going on here, isn't there? So she's there. There's a whole lot of these jerks over here. What do we need to do? Oh, there's even more. Possibly even more all the way out there. Ooh. Do we try and send 3 to each flank? Because I don't think we can target her. What I'm going to do first is save. Never mind. Can't save. Alright, well. So, Heinrichs, you're gonna go here. We need a melee fighter on each flank. I'm gonna do the multiple flank approach. We'll have Abelard up here. Okay, Pascal, you're also a melee fighter. You're gonna go here as well, I guess. I guess the flanks have already been determined. You will be a bit of destructive potential on that flank, and then Cyrene, you can hide right here. Actually, you should hide where you can see all of our allies at the moment. And Argenta should actually hide here. Oh, she can't. Okay, that's as far as she can go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put Cyrene here then. Argenta can go here. Nope. Argenta, go there. Heinrichs, you go here. Okay, hopefully we can pull this off. Nice. Cultists are doing some friendly fire. Let's see, what can we do here? Concentrated fire. I think it's time we unleash some storm of bolter fire down here. This should do some work right here. Or do we send it this way? No, I think it's better to send it... Where did we get the 53% chance on that guy? Right here. Okay. Like so. That's going to hit a lot of people. Problem is, it's also going to hit Heinrichs. So I think I'm going to actually send it down this
I'll
way.
do it.
Beautiful. Okay, only one dead, but 2 wounded.
Faith without deeds is
one more wounded.
worthless.
So we're going to run and gun. Unfortunately, I can't cut through there. I was kind of hoping we could, but we have a solution to this. We're going to run over this way, and then I'm going to dash. Oh shit, I am completely out of everything. Never mind, we're dashing here then. I will Furious Recital. It's going to give us a bit of stuff. Okay, Cassia. Now is the time for the lidless stare, because we're going to be able to hit basically all of them. Can we hit all of them? No, there's that one guy who cannot, because I think he's not facing us. But you guys are all going to die. See you later.
Scarlet.
That was effective. And we could give an action to Abelard. No, I'm going to give an action to Pascal.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Because then Pascal can shoot this guy with a lightning gun. Beautiful. So that actually reflects into that guy as well. Good stuff. Your turn is done. He's going to come at Abelard. Actually hit him. Okay, cultist fighter there. Okay, Abelard's got to kill this guy. Yeah, we can. Oh, it's only 70% actually. No, we don't need to use sworn enemy against them. We're just gonna kill him like this, hopefully. Beautiful. We have momentum. All right. What can we do here? We could charge, sort of. We cannot actually charge, which is a shame. I will endure. And we may as well use sworn enemy on this Electro Priest. Could use Taunting Scream. It's got a cooldown of 1 round. It's not going to hit those guys, though, so no sense in using it. And I'm not going to use Brace for Impact yet. So, we'll end our turn there. He's going to attempt to hit Kalox. Alright, Pascal can get out here. He's going to go right there. And I think what I want to do is drop an analysis on this Electro Priest. And we can do a Machine Spirit Banishing on him.
Running binary override.
Beautiful. Gonna do a bit of damage. It actually healed him. What the hell? And we can shoot him. Which unfortunately hit Abelard, but it did fry the other guy. Okay, good to know. It does reflect into allies. You know, no reason why it wouldn't, but just in case.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, I will forewarn him. I'm also going to prescience him. Heinrichs, that is. And we could give him an action right now,
personally.
which he could then use to immediately... Oops, I used the wrong ability. That's fine. I just buffed him instead. What I will then do is drop...
Who, if not me?
The, yeah, consign right there. And what I could then do is drop a Finest Hour on Argenta.
Here's my perfect moment.
So, Argenta is going to then move right back to here. Or move to there as she originally wanted to.
Rejoice in battle!
And she's got a full round. So, what we can do is use 2 of these to do as much damage to these heretics as possible.
None can escape the
So,
Emperor's judgment.
That's 2 down. Let's see, can we take down another one? This is kind of an unfortunate place, where we're not going to hit that many. We can only hit 2 here, which is kind of a shame. This gives us a chance to hit more, it's just the individual chances are a little lower. Or if we do it here, yeah, this is probably the best bet.
Eradicated.
Okay, 2 dead, and some more damage onto the Electro Priest. I'll take it. We can now use Revel in Slaughter.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And we can even do another volley. 54% chance we can just take this guy out.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Potentially. Ah, damn, we missed. Okay, we're gonna do a reload on her. Lovely. Set to go. Okay, you have one action left, but nothing to do with it, so more cultists are moving around here. Okay, they're just doing some shuffling. Just fine. Heinrichs, you got to engage in melee, so you're going to move... Actually, before you engage in melee, let's drop a Word of the Emperor. We don't have a great place, but where we can hit, like, everyone of our own, but we can,
I won't object to
at the very least, buff up these allies here. I could do a Shield of the Emperor right now, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do instead is Iron Arm myself. And then, we don't need to Invigorate yet, so what I'm just going to do is charge up here. Not charge.
I need a foothold.
Just do the regular thing. We will give him a solid whack, which should ideally kill him. Very good, he's dead. And I will then do an Endure on myself. And that was a good enough action. So, buffed up this flank. So these guys can come in, and we'll see what they're capable of. Nothing on that heretic. Those two heretics don't seem to be doing anything. Okay, he just shot his buddy in the back. Nice. You're trying to take out... So they do 0? Oh, and then there is a 4. Okay, so they are doing damage. And it is adding up. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I guess we have to go to them.
Guided by faith.
I'm happy to oblige. I think we need to kill the Electro Priests, because I think they're the ones tending to these machines. Once we take all the machines down, so then we can probably
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Do what we need to do. Okay, so we'll head over here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
I will also dash right up
That is
here.
for the weak.
And we can put another round. We could even put 2 rounds. Oh, it's a free. What would... Okay, there's chances to hit the guys back there? Well then, I'm
As
going
the
to
Emperor commands, I act.
focus fire. And have her just clear out these guys here. See if this is going to do some damage to him.
Is worthless.
Well, he's dead. That was effective. Did you kill the other guy too? No. That's fine. Well done. Okay. Cassia. Let's see. I think you're going to be
Emperor,
fine moving up on your
give
own.
me strength.
What I'm going to do is held in my gaze on this guy, or I could do it on the other one. Because I think Apple's going to be able to handle the other guy. So we'll held in my gaze there. We do a bring it down on Pascal again.
I'm a navigator, not a servitor.
We'll let Pascal blast this guy. It's 2 actions to shoot him. It's 40% chance only. Well, I'm going to take it. No. Okay. Alright. And we'll give,
Isn't this a job for the
this
serfs?
to Abelard. Voice of command. Okay, Abelard is going to take this guy out, so he's going to just move right up here. Can we move one more step? No, we cannot. Not without triggering an attack of opportunity. I will use Sworn Enemy here.
At your beck and call.
Okay.
Indeed.
Solid. He's not dead, though, which is unfortunate. We'll use Endure. We could try and use Daring Breach, but I don't think that's going to be worth it at the moment. So we're going to have to wait. You can finish him off.
Activate calculated fury.
So I don't want him to attack back, because he'll be able to hit both Abelard and Cassia. So that'll deal with that one. So he's done. We'll drop an analysis on him. And I think what I'm going to do is do a Machine Spirit Communion. Apparently the boxes benefit from Machine Spirit Communion as well. That's cool. And we're good here. So we have momentum again, which is great. But not much to be done with that at the moment. What we can do is forewarn
I'll make it
Argenta.
happen.
No sense in using the other buff on her. So what I will do instead is Voice of Command. No, we can't do Voice of Command. We could do Bring It Down on Heinrichs, but he can't move with Bring It Down. So not sure that's going to be beneficial to us. What's the range on this? Not nearly enough. Okay, well, I mean, I've got a pistol, but I don't think that's going to be in range. So we unfortunately are kind of in a position where there's not much for us to do. mean, I may as well try it. He could always do a heal on himself. Or we could do Shield of the Emperor right now. It'll last until the start of the Psyker's next turn. It's not going to get us very far. We could do Iron Arm on the Sororitas. Why the hell not?
I won't object to it.
We'll give her a bit more toughness and more strength in case she gets caught in melee. And what's the range on your pistols? Wait, what? Oh yeah, no. This pistol seems to have a bit of a buggy. Or just it automatically. No, it doesn't even automatically hit. I don't know. We'll
Let's see to it.
Just in case we get attacked. And I mean,
It's
I'll
as good as done.
prescience myself, I guess. Okay, we're getting a little bit up there with warp phenomenon, so a little bit concerning. I'm gonna save my momentum until we're in a position where we can actually make use of it. Okay, they're coming up, attacking Argenta here. Yep, more attacks on Argenta, but she's holding firm. We're gonna move Heinrichs up and put him into cover. We can move around this side of the generator, which is good.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Let's see here. So your attack is not going to be in range still. What if we charge up? Then it will be. This is a bit risky. We can charge up into here.
Naturally.
So let's do that. We're now in a slightly better position. And we could indeed take these two guys out with the death hammer, which was brutal. Alright, that worked. And
But
we'll
of
endure.
course, Lord Captain.
Damage is dead.
Okay. Yeah, they can do that. That didn't do anything this time, but that is indeed something they are capable of. Alright, let's move Argenta up. It's just going to be a quick, small movement so that she can get up there and unleash some fire onto these guys. Hopefully we'll get some hits. Nice, that's one dead. Cover destroyed as well, so we can now dash up. Puts her in a bit of a risky place. What I could also use is... No, that's not going to be worth it. We're going to use Revel and Slaughter again, because I've got the action for it. And I will rapid reload, because we may as well be at a full clip if we've got a spare action. So Cassia is going to advance. Not too worried about her. She's pretty tough. Deceptively tough. And we are going to Held in My Gaze this guy again, which should kill him. Good. So he's done. That's another generator that is presumably depowered. We'll do Voice of Command here. And bring it down. I'll use Bring It Down here because with Bring It Down we can... Oh, it's a 3 action thing. Okay. And he's out of range to do basically anything else. What's the range on our lightning gun? Pretty not ideal. Okay. Well, it wasn't the best use of our actions then. Because we can't do anything with them. Yeah. Okay. We'll hold. Appelard is going to advance up to here.
Is at the fall.
Okay. We're going to use charge. Ooh. None of these places are particularly good for charging at the moment, so I'm not going to use charge. I'm just going to endure.
My duty.
Just in case. This is just going to be a bit of moving. We'll put him... Ooh, I don't want him to get shot at by too many things. I've seen how quickly, like, a couple of good hits can wreck your day. Okay, we'll do an analysis there, and I think I'm going to reload.
Prognosis is favorable.
Right. A little bit of a shuffling turn. Cyrene's going to advance behind the others. Both of these guys are forewarned. We got nothing else to do here, really. What I could do then is Voice of Command on Argenta. And then we will bring it down on Argenta, which will allow her to take some more shots here. We can also have her dash. Pretty good. We can bring her into cover. Only need to do a single shot here. 38% chance. It's not
Faith without deeds
best
is
accuracy,
worthless.
but who knows?
As the Emperor
Give her a
commands,
run and gun.
I act.
Pull her up to
I will
here.
bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Put another shot into him. Still only 38%. Not sure why he's so well protected, but whatever. Didn't do him all that good. And Yeah, we don't have sight on either of these guys. Or much else to do. Okay, these cultists are... Or that one's advancing. The other guys are just staying there. Well then. Can Heinrichs get to him? Let's find out.
Everyone, step aside.
I know I have the... Yeah, I can get
For
to
the
him. Perfect.
throne's glory. I'm done with this one.
Yep, you are done with that one. He is dead. Alright. Now, we have our foe hammer here. We could hit this guy.
I won't
Do a bit of work on him. Nope, or we can miss. That's fine. And then I'm going to endure.
Let's see to it.
Or we could just take him out right now. I kind of want to save my heroic act for Aurora. So I have a feeling like once we kill these guys, that's going to be the actual fight here. Besides, these electro priests don't actually do all that much damage. Alright, they're finally getting involved. Argenta, advance.
Guided by faith.
Yeah, put a bolt round in him. Or we can burst fire him. We may as well burst fire him if it's a 75% chance to hit him multiple times here. Well, that wasn't a great roll. We'll leave it as is. Cassia? I do want you in cover now, because there are quite a few of them there. But we can definitely held in my gaze this guy.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Try to die with grace, at least.
Yep, he's dead. With grace, I don't know, but certainly dead. Nothing more to be done, right? Yeah. Okay. Abelard will advance up to here. Could charge even further up. Do it. And we got our naval pistol, so we may as well shoot at some people. Or we can try and do a taunting scream on them. Nope. Not quite in reach. Or we can throw a grenade.
Victory
do it. We may as well throw a force grenade. Dealt a bit of damage, moved them around as well, which is always good. We'll hold off there. Okay, he will advance.
Tactical imperative dictates.
And, well, we can shoot these guys now, but first let's get an analysis on them, so we have a better chance of hitting them. And we'll drop this, which will give us... It's still only a 40%. Hey, it works. That's 2 dead. Nice. Lightning rifle is pretty cool, I gotta say. Okay, Cyrene, hold here, actually. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Aurora. We may need to double back pretty quickly. Okay, so Heinrichs can engage. Perfect. Get in there.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Beautiful. A bit of damage. I don't think we need to worry about anything else. I'm just gonna endure. Endure is one of those things you can do every turn without any issue. Okay, that was a bit of damage, but not much. Okay, Argenta's gonna pull up to here, just so that she's got a bit of an angle on him. And with that bit of an angle, can we just only target him without potentially hitting Heinrichs? No, so we'll do it like this. Miss, with a 95% chance. God damn it, I feel like I just got XCOM'd. Also a 95. That's better. Right. Cassia. Pull up to here. Oh, there is still the Electro Priest, but I can't see him. He's hiding. And he's sleeping, apparently. Right, Abelard, can you deal with him? Okay, now he's standing up. Okay. Marked enemy. And give him a good old wallop. That's good. And an endure. Okay. I'm actually going to start sending him back so that we can have somebody that can at least keep her occupied. We can't target her with anything, so that's just going to be our turn. Cyrene, you're going back as well, so at least these two are going to be able to deal with Aurora as soon as her shields go down. I don't know what else might show up. That Zinch symbol on the ground is slightly concerning, but I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Okay, Heinrichs, if you would just finish him off.
For the throne's glory. Be gone.
Okay. Charge to get a bit of extra movement.
Naturally.
Because I don't think there's anything else that we need to do here. Unless we have to interact with that. Is her shield down? No, there's still an Electro Priest left. So, once he dies,
Abelard.
then I think we should be good. This might actually give her a shot at this Electro Priest. Nice. Perfect. A little bit of damage there. Cassia can also
Step aside.
assist.
The navigator is coming,
Just quickly deal with him. That should kill him.
as duty demands.
Alright, so that... Oh, hi. We just teleport back. That's actually really nice. Thanks, game. Enough! Now, an aged, rattled voice speaks to you from behind the blood-stained mask.
You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final dawn, and that means existence has made its choice.
A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength.
Now you will see it too.
Okay, she just got fried. A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up. Smoke billows through the bars. With the howl, the cultist collapses.
The light is gone. Was that it? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised?
Aurora shakes her head blindingly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain.
You will pay for this. You...
The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pascal examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, "Confirmed purgation and termination." Heinrich grimaces in disgust. The heretic took her secrets with her. Pity. Yeah, pity indeed.
The motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a grayish-green thread, the noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I've seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself.
Yeah. Heinrich approaches Aurora's body and leans over it. "A minute, please, Cyrene von Valancius. I need no more than a minute." Lord Xenos. Inspect the control panel damaged by Aurora. Or we can observe the interrogator. No, I'm gonna check out what the control panel is. Lore test succeeded. The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine towards the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword, whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling an eye covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Conrad's weapon during the mutiny on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraith bone, a material favored by the Eldari. Okay. That's interesting. As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together and individual words are distorted, as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind. I'm gonna actually go dogmatic here. Probably best we let an Inquisitor deal with this. We toss this into the depths of the reactor. Omnissiah only knows what that might amount to. Like, sometimes with these chaos artifacts, throwing them into something that will destroy them is not actually going to destroy them. Heinrich, take a look over here. Is this by any chance what you were looking for? Heinrich raises his head, gets up, and makes a wry face as he carefully examines Aurora's weapon. The unholy object is the work of inhuman hands, and judging by the cold I am sensing, it is a tool of the archenemy. I'm most grateful for your vigilance, Cyrene von Valancius. Heinrich takes the strange shard out of the control panel and studies it for a few seconds. Curious. Heinrich stows the corrupted blade away and turns to you. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the Holy Orders, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have other business in this system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution. Let's remove Aurora's mask. The iron helmet is firmly attached to the heretic's face. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if, for a moment, you saw something move. Let us finish cleansing the monastery, Pascal. Executing. Let the Omnissiah given motive force flow and all obstacles in its path be eradicated. Just walking over Aurora. Alright. Seems like we have,
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We've got it. What do you have? Ooh, a blasphemous prison. A glass prism crafted by the cultists of the Final Dawn. It belonged to their leader, Aurora. If you look through it long enough, your vision begins to deceive your mind, showing what could be instead of what is. And then, Gem of Dark Vitality. Requires Conviction Heretical. Gains +4 maximum wounds. When Veiled Degradation is above 15, you gain +10 toughness. Each round, the wearer regenerates wounds equal to the wearer's heretical rank. Guess we'll give that to Tlas. And we have Avenger Gauntlets. All attacks of opportunity deal an additional plus agility bonus damage. That's really cool. Blasphemous Prison, we already checked. Nice, good loot. Very good. Interesting stuff, too, which is important. Let's go loot the rest of these guys. We actually did not level up. I wonder if we've reached kind of a tipping point where leveling up is going to start to come a lot slower. I like the quick leveling up early on, but I reckon it's probably going to slow down at some point.
Is there money to be made?
Right, this is all just random cult stuff, but, you know, we may as well grab it. Cultists. And nothing we can do with these doors, yeah? And there's no, it doesn't look like there's any hidden loot here. Oh, hold on. I am, like, pressing tab, but apparently my keyboard forgot I was pressing tab. Great.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Something. But I think we did everything we could do. Nothing more to be done here. Somebody should probably clean that up. Aurora. Yep. He's sure dead. Well, let's get out of here.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Let's get out of here and investigate that unidentified void ship. Or actually, we should return to the governor's palace. So, is this going to bring us just out in general? Oh, hi. I hope you're here. I hope you weren't corrupted.
The hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium greets its savior.
Okay, good. Yeah. Delightful. Alright, let's get out of here.
Rogue Trader. I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the Electrodynamic Cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time. Thanks to you, I have succeeded in finding the object that brought me to this system in the first place. Now that the weapon of corruption has been seized from the cult, I can satisfy the Lord Inquisitor's wish and travel with you to Footfall, once you have finished your business on Rycat. There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
Be honest, Van Galax, is this some kind of tracking device? Strange choice for your first love token. No. Thank you. The Inquisition's generosity is greatly appreciated. I bet it is a tracking device, but we're not gonna let on that we suspect that.
May the Elucidator serve House von Valancius as faithfully as it has served the acolytes of the Holy Ordos up to now.
Perception test succeeded. Heinrichs cuts you a glance, one which you suddenly realized is charged with a strange, almost personal interest before deferentially averting his gaze.
Apologies in advance if I unknowingly violate the protocol for conversing with someone of your elevated status. I think a slip in composure is to be expected when one is hosted personally in the Lord Captain's study.
Conversing with you is no less disconcerting for me, Master Van Cox. Yeah, he's a member of the Inquisition after all.
After serving in the Holy Ordos all these years, I'm used to people being wary of me.
One cannot blame the Imperium's citizens for fearing the Inquisition.
Such a fear sometimes indicates that a person has something to hide. Lack of guilt proves nothing. Even thoughts can be dangerous heresy.
What do you plan to do now?
I would like to offer my assistance in resolving your immediate problems. I am aware that the ship suffered considerable losses during the recent mutiny and was damaged by the cultists' actions, and you have lost many valuable officers as well. You are in a difficult situation. I am at your disposal.
And what do you think will become of the Electrodynamic Cenobium?
It all depends on the electro priests who survived the attack. Fortunately for them, the cultists did not manage to seriously corrupt the holy site, partly thanks to the priesthood's efforts. Nevertheless, I would not be surprised if the local explorator fleet decides to audit and purge the damaged units once it hears about what has happened.
Yeah, that would be a shame. I must return to my duties. Heinrichs is about to say something else when he is interrupted by the sound of a Vox signal. Someone is trying to contact you.
Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
All right.
Congratulations on the victory, your ladyship. The entire vessel was impatiently awaiting the news of your expedition's success. The rumors about you are you not simply saving the Tech Priest's monastery, but actually eliminating the source of the mutiny are spreading like wildfire. The Vox transmissions from across the world speak of nothing else. Governor Medina is expecting you at his command center to discuss matters. We are ready to depart immediately. Just give the order.
All right. Let's do it. Do we have anything else here? Anything in our personal vault? I think we can get rid of these. I'm going to hold on to all these notes and everything, just because, unless we cannot add them to cargo. And this thing, I'll hold on to that as well, just in case. Handwritten letter, yeah, we need this. I'll throw this in here too. Okay. Looking good. Alrighty then. Let us get out of here. I just don't remember how to get out of here. Oh, we also have leveled up. But I'll do that when I get the entire party together. That's the bath. Probably need one. To be fair. Lost in my own quarters. This is it, guys. It's the end of the game. I can't get out. The way is shut. Yeah, okay, here we are. On the bridge once more. Let's talk to our companions. Abelard, what do you have to say?
Lord Captain.
Nothing new.
Lord Captain.
And, yeah, where will everybody be standing? There's some bridge officers here. We got Argenta here. Surely she's got something to say.
Greetings.
We won't talk about the Adeptus Sororitas right now.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Another time as well.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
If that's what you call, you know, it makes sense for her. I'm starting to warm up to her. She's kind of adorable in a horrifying sort of way. You got anything to say? I would like to replace the painting of the late Theodora in my chambers, hang my portrait instead. We have Pascal down here. Let's have a quick talk with
The
him.
Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Pascal, shrouded in his crimson robe, greets you with a soft voice synthesized by the Vox system. mechadendrites growing out of the tech priest's back swivel in your direction as if examining you with curiosity. I want to know the truth about you. Actually, I want to know more about your past.
The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information.
Where are you from?
Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant.
Okay. How did you end up in the Coronis Expanse?
I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension.
Okay, we know who the explorators are, so we don't need to ask that. Why are you not with the fleet then?
Archmagus Amanat, my blessed mentor, commanded me to crew the orbital station Alter Templum Calixus EXT-17.
Okay.
This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Coronis Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance Fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus.
Okay. What about your mechadendrites?
They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension.
He speaks of them with a strangely softer tone, blooming with low, warm undertones. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Acknowledged.
I want to know the truth about you.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did Amarnat do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things.
Yeah. He was probably onto something.
My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Certain aspects of the Imperium have indeed ossified. His argument sounds reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
How did you betray Amanat?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance Fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance Fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate Traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
So you betrayed your mentor.
This statement is true. However, I took this step out of loyalty to my mentor. He rejected caution and was leading us to a blasphemous war where he would become the first and most important victim. I did not want to witness his destruction and tried to force him to submit.
Well,
I wanted to return to my mentor and share his fate, but the Conclave found me repentant and sent me to the station Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17, where I was to atone for my previous transgressions.
I don't like either of these three options. I mean, this is technically true. This is how a servant of the Imperium should act, but it's not really what Cyrene agrees with. Remember, she's a bit of an iconoclast. Doesn't follow the beaten mold. She definitely a bit more on the side of Amarnat here, at least with what we know now. Could be that the boundaries he was pushing really was going into tech heresy. You know, dealing with schismaticals and all that. We'll give him some reassurance. We can be diplomatic. You acted as a loyal son of the Imperium should.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
So, why did you go to Rykard Minoris?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the Blessed Amanat's personal code, and could be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain. We were in danger, and I had to go to Rykard Minoris.
And what are you going to do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the Blessed Archmagus Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
The tech priest named Abel, who is he?
Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the Cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication.
Yeah, very savant-like.
So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Rykard Minoris, how he is related to the Blessed Amanat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps Reverend Abel may not be fully able to actualize and interpret the available data.
Abel may not be fully able. Get it?
Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the Blessed Amanat.
I must take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Yes. Alright, well, that was, enlightening. So, I imagine our guy, the Inquisitor, is going to be somewhere, but we don't need to talk to him immediately, because I want to go and check the Governor of Medina, and we'll end the episode on that note. I think that would be the best course of action. And here we are. First, what we're going to do, though, is level up, because, you know, we can. So, what have we here? Another ability. Alright. So we could take another divination ability. Foreboding. All allies within the area gain... So it'll be 6% dodge. Their dodge chance cannot be less than the Psyker's perception plus willpower bonus. Okay. That's in case they get, like, their dodge reduced by other things, I guess. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'll take Foreboding. Why not? At some point, we may branch into another type of ability, or another type of Psyker ability. But we'll have to see. If I do branch, I may go into pyromancy. You know, divination through the sacred fire. Sounds pretty cool to me. Taking pyromancy at its literal meaning, which is divination through flame. Okay, looking here, there could be some things that we could get. We don't have damaging psychic powers. First psychic power used each turn increases veil degradation by 2 points less. That could be really good. If this talent reduces the effect of veil degradation to less than 0, veil degradation is instead decreased by 1. Ooh. Second sight, though. Psyker's psychic powers that have a range of 2 cells or more have their range increased by 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to get this. Just so that I can, you know, buff anywhere on the battlefield. Well, not quite anywhere, but have a bit more reach with my buffs. As for you, perfect spot. While in cover, the operative gains 25% cover efficiency, plus 15 perception, and plus 15 ballistic skill. Or tactical knowledge. The operative removes 1 exploit from each enemy in a 5-cell radius around a point within 10 cells from the operative. If there is only 1 enemy in the area, the operative removes all exploit stacks from that enemy. All allies gain 2 times the number of remove exploits armor until the end of combat. Oh, that's pretty good. If 4 more exploits are removed, the operative gains the number of remove exploits damage until the end of combat as well. That's pretty awesome. Tactical knowledge. That sounds like it could be quite good. But we need a way to get him more exploits then, so we'll have to pick up a talent that allows for that, I think. Which there are, except we can only pick common talents, so that does limit our capabilities a little bit. Let's see here. No, we don't have any options for those at the moment. What I'm going to take instead is just get some ability increases. So I want to increase his ballistic skill so that he can shoot a bit better. Heretics. You will have a new upgrade here. Well, we're going to obviously give him weapon skill. And another skill bonus. He's got good lore Xenos. Lore warp isn't great, but that's fine. We don't need him to have great lore warp. Coercion? Could give him some coercion. Abelard. Extra weapon skill, yes please. And some more carouse. You're gonna be our carouse guy then. Genta. Well, we do need to give her more strength, because if you want her to use heavy weapons, she's gonna need some strength. So we will give her some. I know agility might be better here, so might willpower, or toughness for that matter. But we're going to give her that. I think I would like to give her bolt weapon. Oh, she already has it. Okay, that makes sense. Solid projectile experts. Solid projectile weapon attacks gain. I don't know if that counts. Oh, this is cool. All the different weapon experts actually do different things. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. How about... What is ready to serve? When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, their resolve is increased by... Yeah, her fellowship is not very good. While at under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain a +10 bonus to all characteristics and +2 resolve. That's pretty nice. Better to die for the Emperor? I'm gonna give her that. And Cassia? New ability for you? Let's see here. We have some options. We've got Immolate the Soul. That sounds fun. 3 plus 14, so that'll be from 17 to... Oh my god. 7 or 4 times 7, that'll be 28, so 17 to 38. Damage to all targets in line and inflicts the soul burn effect. Holy shit. That sounds brutal. Yeah, let's give her Immolate the Soul. She's got more damaging abilities, so... what does the Unblinking Stare do? Enemies damaged by the navigator. Yeah, so this is the attacks of opportunity one. Open to the warp. Enemies affected by the navigator's abilities suffer a stacking 10% or 10 penalty to resistance tests from navigator's powers. Okay, pretty good. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 willpower until the end of combat. Oh my god. Tonicity. Navigator path powers deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Okay. Castigating, infusing, and devastating count as characteristics for this. Okay, we have a +5, so that would be +1 damage to all of her abilities. That's okay. It would be better if we had a better staff, of course. Every second, fourth turn, every even turn, the navigator gains an additional action point. Every odd turn, the navigator gains +20 perception. That's pretty cool. The course untraveled. Whenever the navigator uses a power that hasn't been used this combat, gains +2 perception until the end of combat. Okay. Enemies damaged by navigator suffer a 2 times navigator perception bonus additional warp damage. For future, yeah. I'm going to take Blood Augury. That sounds fun. Alright. She's good to go. Now, let's have a chit-chat with the governor of Medina. I also wanted to check out our formations here, but I don't remember... Oh, it's here. Okay. So we can set up our own formation? What if we do it like that? I don't like... Ah, we can. We can move them around. So we, of course, would like our melee characters to be in the front. I think it's best if we have Abelard leading. We can make like a wedge. It'd be pretty cool. We'll put these two here, and I'll put myself in the center. Yeah, we'll move in like a star formation. I like that. We'll do it like that, and then... Oh my god. Okay. Put it correctly. Perfect. Yeah. I like that. Greetings again, your ladyship. Master von Carlox, it pleases me to see you in good health. I hope that you accomplished what you intended to accomplish at the Electrodynamic Cenobium. The interrogator nods without saying a word. After an uncomfortably long pause, Medina clears his throat and quickly turns to you. I can't express how grateful I am for your help. Now that the insidious heretic's designs have been thwarted, nothing stands in the way of my plan, or in the way of my plans or yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of revolts is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We are witnessing the final days of the uprising. I have already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class Voidfarers to you. Their transfer to your ship should begin any minute now. Alright. I would also like to salute the savior of Rykard Minoris, and I have already a festive celebration to be held in your honor. We will celebrate your victory with an ancient custom, the Triumph. You will drive through the city streets accompanied by a guard of honor as befits a heroine who has vanquished the Imperium's enemies, while your trophies will be displayed to the jubilant crowds. Let me know once you have concluded your business in this system, and are ready for the Triumph to begin. I have other business in this system for now. Then I daren't delay you any further, your ladyship. Very well. We do have other business in this system because we still need to investigate that unidentified void ship, which I definitely want to do, but we're going to do that in the next episode, after which we will also get our Triumph and presumably proceed onward to the next stage of the story. I don't know if that'll be Act 2 already, but we shall see. Alright everybody, that's going to be all for today. I duly hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, once again, do drop this video a like, and I will catch you all in the next one. Ash Heritor out, and the Emperor protects.